Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of poetry. You guys did a great job submitting your examples of poetic devices last week, and this week our goal is for you to write your own poems. All right, let's get to it. Okay, I'm just going to click on our next slide. All right, so here are your learn objectives. By the end of the week, you should be able to use your 5 senses, so hear, see, smell, taste, and feel, to visualize objects in a poem. So you should be able to visualize the poem, okay? Either the story it's telling or if it's very specific about a certain object, which we will get into. You should be able to draw those mental images about a poem. So when you read, whatever you're seeing in your brain, you should be able to draw that, and it should relate to the poem, okay? You're going to learn how to write an acrostic poem that celebrates Earth Day. You'll do that on Wednesday with Mrs. Layton. And then to wrap up the week, on Thursday, you guys are going to write a poem about an everyday object. Friday will be a day to catch up on any past assignments. Okay? All right, let's get started with mental imagery or visualization. Okay. All right. So mental image or visualization. It's the picture in your mind when you read or listen to a text. Okay, so when you're reading or listening to a text, you may see something in your mind. That's your mental imagery or your visualization. So you're seeing what the poem is about and what it's telling you. In order for us to see, okay, those pictures, poets often use sensory words or phrases to help us see that picture in our brain. So I wrote an example. The hot, sticky marshmallow clung to my fingers as I chomped, chomped, chomped my s'more. So if you look at the poem, you can see that there is some sensory language used and also some adjectives, so describing words. We have hot and we have sticky, clung, and chomped, chomped, chomped. Okay, so when I see hot and sticky, I know those can are sensory words that work on the feel. Okay, some of the taste too. Sometimes when we eat something that's sticky, we can taste the sugar in it. And then chomped, 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 you can actually hear, okay, someone eating a s'more, the graham cracker. All right, so again, mental imagery or visualization, the picture we see in our brain, okay, the picture we see in our brain. Poets or authors can do that by using sensory language and adjectives. All right, let's keep going. I move my chart, so my face, so thank you for being patient with me. Figure this out. See if I can move this guy. Give me 1 second. Yeah. I'm gonna be able to get it just right. There we go, that's good enough. All right, so visualization poem number 1. What we're going to do is we're going to read the poem over here, and then we're going to think of words in the poem or phrases, sensory words or phrases that help us visualize what the object is in the poem. Okay, and then we're going to, we would, if we were in school, write them in a chart. Today they're already written in the chart for you. So we're just going to look and see if our ideas match what's in the chart. Okay, so this is just a practice. So here's our poem. Pop, fizzle, a sweet, sugary kiss, best served cold in a dewdrop can. Sticky syrup on my hand, summer's perfect drink. A soda, you think? So with looking at that poem, sorry, Emery came in and had asked me a question. So let's rewind a little bit, okay? Here's the poem again. Pop, fizzle, a sweet, sugary kiss. Best served cold in a dewdrop can. Sticky syrup on my hand. Summer's perfect drink. A soda, you think? So if we look at that poem, okay, let's focus on sensory words and phrases or adjectives that can describe the object in the poem. The object in this poem is a what? It's a soda, okay? It's a soda. So now let's look at those words that help us picture a soda. I can see pop, fizzle, sweet and sugary, cold, dewdrops in a can, sticky syrup, okay, and it even tells us soda, all right? So I think there's some sensory phrases and words in there that help us picture drinking that nice cold soda on a hot summer day. If I look over at our chart, let's look at feel. Words in here that tell us how it feels would be cold and sticky. And Miss Radley hates sticky stuff. Hates it. All right. Then here we have a pop and a fizzle. We can hear those noises. Taste. We have sweet and sugary. And C, dewdrops on a can. So those little condensation, those little beads on the can. All right, so there's our first example of a visualization poem. Okay, let's move on to our next one. Okay, I'm going to read the poem to you, okay? And your assignment today is for you to fill out this chart. So if you have this chart at home that was mailed to you, you can just fill it out and send it as a text message. If you have access to Seesaw, this activity is on Seesaw. If you don't have either of those, the at-home packet or Seesaw, you can just write it down on a sheet of paper and send it to me on Class Dojo. Okay, so here is a poem about a safety pin. It says, closed as it sleeps, on its side quietly, the silver image of some small fish. Opened, it snaps its tail out like a thin shrimp and looks at the sharp point with a surprised eye. So here is the safety pin. Okay, here is the poem, and here is the chart. Your job today, your assignment, is to look at that poem, either listen to it or reread it, and write down any examples that help you see, hear, smell, or feel that safety